What's going on, YouTube friends and family? Welcome back to another episode of the AJ Red Show. Tonight, we're discussing a heated topic, and I'm just going to let y'all know out the gate, I am about to go the fuck off for the very first time. I'm about to go on one of my rants. So, tonight's topic is actually the pastor that got robbed, y'all. The $400,000 or $1 million worth of jewelry he was up in the pulpit wearing when he got robbed at the church in the pulpit, delivering the message to the people. Y'all want to talk about it? Well, if you don't, fuck, I do. So here we go.
It's the AJ Red Show, starring me, AJ Red. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Now let's get into it.
What's going on? What's going on? Welcome back to another episode of the AJ Red Show. It's me, your boy, AJ Red. I'm back again with a video about this pastor we've all heard about that got robbed doing the service, delivering the message, bringing the word to the people, y'all. But real quick, before I get started, let me just say this. I appreciate you all that have watched thus far, who've liked and have subscribed, and actually have who have commented. I really appreciate that. Let me start out with that foremost. I'm a big believer in if you appreciate someone, even in the minimal things. I've asked, I feel like a lot of you all, and you guys have delivered so abundantly. So I want to start off with I appreciate you all who have actually liked, subscribed, and commented. Continue to do so. For those of you who are new to the channel, who have not liked and subscribed and shared the video, please hit that little dingly ding right there, the notification bell, so that when I post these videos, you guys will be blessed enough, hallelujah, tonight, right, to get the notification when I post these videos. It's usually good shit, I guarantee you, and it's only going to get better. Like I told you last time, all the way up, DJ Khaled. So like, subscribe, and share. With that being said, let me jump right into this shit. I told y'all in the beginning, like I said, I am about to go the fuck off. So first of all, let me lay the foundation first before I get into my little rant. Like I said, this video is about the pastor in New York City, or the Brooklyn, or whatever. I think it's Brooklyn, New York. He was robbed doing service while in the pulpit, bringing the word to the people, breaking the bread of life, doing what he said God told him to do, go on the highways and byways and feed the hungry and shelter the naked. Bullshit. But he got robbed during the service. And when I watched the video, if you all have seen it, they busted up in the church and told everybody, don't move, get down, and they ran around the room and shit real quick and took some shit off some motherfuckers, and mainly the pastor, this motherfucker here, Bishop, and his wife. And this claimed, I think, to be around about $1 million worth of jewelry that was stolen during this godly heist. If you watch this video, if you have not seen it, please YouTube this video and watch it, and then come back here and listen to what the fuck I have to say, and then you'll understand where I'm coming from. But I'm pretty sure you've seen this video. But watching the video, there was a gentleman in the far left corner. When they kept saying, everybody get down on the floor and don't move, shit like that. He sat there with his Bible on his knee. He just looked and gazed over the room, left to right, front to back, and looking at what the fuck's going on. I'm gonna start off with saying, for one, this was an inside job. I don't give a fuck what you say. It was an inside job. I don't know if it was that man in that corner. I don't know. But somebody in there was in on this shit. Because there's no way in the world that in the middle of a service, that's not even a mega church. I've told y'all before, I've been in the church all my life, up until a few years ago. I know how a lot of shit go on the back end and the front end, how it's supposed to look to you. I know all that. So with that being said, with this motherfucker talking about, him and his wife is wearing over $1 million worth of jewelry. He owns a whole motherfucking block. He's showing videos with driving Rolls Royce and Mercedes Benz and all this other shit wearing Louis Vuitton, him and his bleach blonde headed motherfucking wife and shit. I'm trying to understand how in the fuck is it that you have all this money and you're working in real estate, yet your church looked so motherfucking poor. I ain't never in my life, I can even sit up here and say Bishop T.D. Jakes, he done wrote books, he done given sermons, and all kind of other shit and been in movies. I can understand how he get this kind of motherfucking money. But you, my nigga, I don't understand. And let me let y'all understand this right now. The reason why I couldn't wait to get on this motherfucking channel and go in on this motherfucker is because, for one, I felt sorry when I saw the video. My heart went out so fucking bad to this man, the members, the family, and everybody that were involved as a victim when this shit happened to them on Sunday. But when I got onto YouTube, and y'all excuse my voice again, I told y'all I'm still dealing with some shit from this COVID, but I'm good. But when I watched the video of this motherfucker being interviewed with Larry Reed and Genesis Warren, let me just tell you, my view, my feelings, my emotions quickly motherfucking change. And like I told y'all, sometimes I ain't rap too tight. Y'all about to figure that out tonight, real quick. All right? Yeah. You feel me? Yeah, you do. Okay, so getting back into it, the interview with Larry Reed and Genesis Warren, they spoke a little bit about what they saw, right? They made some comments, as we all did when we saw this shit, and we started seeing how this story developed, as I'm seeing currently. And at first, I was not going to do a video on this situation, but seeing how this bullshit Baptist, benevolent, taking ass bullshit bishop was acting in that interview with Genesis Warren and Larry Reed. Now, let me tell you, I've watched Larry Reed's channel for quite a while now. And Larry Reed is known to ask questions. He's like a black Church Wendy Williams, the male version. He's known to ask the hard questions, the questions that we all want to know. He's known to do shit like that, okay? So I don't see anything wrong with it. If you agree to be on the man's show, he's going to ask you questions, you know, according directly to what the fuck's going on and what the fuck's happened, okay? Not only that, you know, yes, Larry has been known to read a couple of motherfuckers, and with this one in particular, I'm shocked that Larry gave him the benefit of doubt that he had given him so far in the video when he brought him on. Because when Larry and Genesis initially spoke before bringing the bishop on, third party, to the video, speaking live, they spoke about, like I said before, shit that we saw, shit that we heard, and we all had our suspicions. And apparently a lot more shit has derived from the situation. A lot more has surfaced. And let me tell you, that's why the fuck I'm getting on my channel, because I'm ready to read this slick cornball, husky-headed, bishop-seeking motherfucker, the same one that's sitting here saying he owns a whole motherfucking block, but yet your church look like a motherfucking reception hall they rent out after a church service, a wedding ceremony up the block at Pilgrim Rest Baptist Church. And yes, they should have been laughing at them thumbnails and all this other fake bullshit you had on the walls. Nigga, please, the way he tried to read Genesis Warren and Larry Reed, I wish I would have been a fly on the fucking wall, or better yet, I wish I would have been able to call in and read his scuzzball, bucket, four-eyed wearing, lying baptismal bishop so-called ass. He was full of bullshit. Then he gets on there, he don't come in and start addressing any of the issues. Don't try to pray as bishops normally do and bless God and all four fathers and seven corners of the earth and all this other kind of shit. The stupid motherfucker ain't do none of that. He did just what a nigga that's on some fraud shit would do. Came in on the motherfucking defense. He came in already so hot and heavy, saying that they were laughing at what happened to him, his family, and his church members. And let me say this, as for the church members, I'm going to just tell y'all like this here. First of all, y'all some goddamn fools for being up under the leadership of a jive-ass motherfucking turkey like this nigga here. Second of all, if y'all show back up to that church or any other he constructs, y'all are a bigger motherfucking fool. Because at the end of the day, even in this interview with Larry Reed and Genesis Warren, the bottom line was, like I said, Larry asked the questions that we all want to know, because a bitch like me, if I was talking to that nigga, I would have asked him the same fucking questions. How much have you given to the housing project? How many homes have you bought for members in your church? How many of the thousands or 5,000 have you motherfucking fed off all this money that you got your punk pussy ass up on YouTube and all these other platforms, recording yourself stepping out of Rolls Royce, you and this old bald-headed, bleach blonde ass woman you married to? And yes, I fucking said it, so come over here to this motherfucking channel, and I guarantee you, you won't get the same motherfucking respect. Not even from the jump that you got from Larry Reed and Genesis Warren. I guarantee you that motherfucking shit. So step to this if you feel like it. But like I was saying, the bottom line is you doing all this other motherfucking shit. You on all these platforms like some of these other pastors, gibble-gabbling and showing off what the fuck you saying God blessed you with. Nigga, please, Jesus ain't riding no fucking Rolls Royce. I ain't seen nowhere in the Bible where he had all this fucking gold and silver and he was being carried around, flying in jets and all this other bullshit to so-called feed the hungry and clothe the naked. You ain't clothed no motherfucking body but yourself in Louis Vuitton and clothe yourself in Rolls Royce and a whole fucking block that you claim you own. And you and your wife currently, now that I'm finding out, you and your current wife, because now I'm finding out that your ass been married before, which I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. But now finding out you done did 20 years in the pen, you a whole motherfucking ex-con, nigga. Did your church members do any kind of background check on your bitch ass? And it's reasons for, it's like him, this platypus duck walking motherfucker here, it's reasons like that for him. I'm not paying tithes to anybody's church. I don't give a fuck what you tell me. You can read all the scripture you motherfucking want to. You can tell me I'm going to hear all the fuck you want to. I don't give a fuck. I'm not paying you a dime, bitch. Because you sitting over there rich. You already all the way up. And your congregation is sitting there praising the Lord in that raggedy ass, bugle mouth Baptist church ass tabernacle. Please, bitch, there is no way. I know of churches right now, their pastors don't even make $100,000 a year. Probably don't make 50. But at the end of the day, and they don't own no motherfucking blocks. Fuck all that shit about real estate. That's probably why your ass was locked up the first time, because you're a fraud ass nigga. 20 years in the pen, already on fraud shit. I looked it up on Google. So yeah, like I said, come over here and fuck with this channel if you want to. You will not get the same motherfucking respect. I will cuss your motherfucking dog ass the fuck out. Because you ain't nothing but a nigga ass fucking fraud. And that's why the police and the FBI are deciding to even investigate further, because why not? What motherfucking pastor you ever heard of? Not Bishop T.D. Jakes, not Creflo Dollar, not Joel Osteen. Ain't none of them stepping up in their tabernacle with $450,000 worth of motherfucking jewelry on their fucking body to deliver no message. And who the fuck you supposed to be? I'm pretty sure they own more property than you. And your only motherfucking rebuttal is because you in real estate. Bitch, please. I know a lot of real estate agents and they don't own no motherfucking blocks unless they really making it. And nobody with no ex-con on back of their fucking name. Like you. So why you try to get up on Larry Reed's page and read Genesis calling her fat? Bitch, please. I want to give a shout out to old boy. I can't think of his name right now. Her friend that came on after this bitch ass nigga hung up telling everybody to kiss his ass. Shout out to you for coming on there defending Genesis, because I don't know how in the fuck she let that punk pussy ass pastor come up on there and talk to her that way. Tell me I respect God. Genesis, let me tell you something. I respect my creator too, but let me tell you one motherfucking thing. Ain't no pastor, his mammy's mammy. He can go dig up his mammy's mammy. Ain't none of them motherfuckers gonna ever talk to me that way. And I'm putting tithes in the church to benefit your punk ass, but yet and still, we up here buying Payless motherfucking shoes to come to your service, but you wearing Louis Vuitton, you and your wife riding around living a good motherfucking life, the life that you say God is meant for all us to live, but you the only motherfucker living it? Please. You got me fucked up. And like I said, I'm telling y'all right now, yes, I am heated as the fuck. Because it's motherfuckers like him that's getting up in the pulpits claiming to be selling y'all hope. But y'all sitting in the motherfucking dark when you can't pay your fucking light bill, paying your fucking tent to a motherfucker like this. Give me a second, I got to hydrate. Because I'm going to fuck in, it ain't over yet. Let me get my throat chakra together. Like I was saying, for any of y'all out there with that goofy ass bullshit, fucking with goofy ass motherfuckers like this, go and work your 9 to 5. Some of y'all working 9 to 5 and fucking 6 to fucking 12, 11 to 7, and you giving a tenth of everything that you earn to a son of a bitch like this. To a gold dusty ass, bald headed, lying bullshitting, sitting up in the pulpit, doing what he feel like doing, robbing you and stealing you or your money, bullshit ass bishop. That's what you gonna serve every day. A snout-nosed, pig-face ass motherfucker like this one. A goofy ass nigga like this. And yes, I said it, and I will say it a motherfucking again. A goofy ass nigga like this. That's on some fraud shit. That's probably done fuck with PPP loans to my giving real estate classes. For those of y'all that's fucking around with that, you better go check your license if you graduated from this pussy ass class. Cause a nigga like this, like I said, this is a nigga like this that makes it hard for pastors, pimps, and black folk, and black men. Cause you out here lying, deceiving people on all kind of motherfucking levels. And if I'm wrong, God help him. Because I don't give a fuck about them. Because like I say, people like that don't give a fuck about their congregation. Because nigga, if you rolling like that, nigga, why the fuck your congregation not sitting in bigger tabernacles than that? Why is your congregation not bigger than that? Wait. Let me check myself. That's probably why you ain't had to buy no bigger tabernacle. Because there's only a faithful few that follow you in your fuckery. Because ain't nobody even heard of your silly ass up until you got robbed, sitting up in the pulpit talking about bringing the word to somebody else with $450,000 worth of jewelry on you and your wife, between the two of y'all, allegedly $1 million. And like I said, I feel like it was an inside motherfucking job anyway. He probably on some insurance fraud type shit too. Yes, I said it. And like I said, Larry Reed and Genesis Warren was asking the correct fucking questions, because the same questions they asked him, I would have asked them same questions and more, and would have given them a shorter time to fuck with my nerve. What are you doing for the people? Is your congregation being fed? Are you paying house notes, rent? And his motherfucking rebuttal to any of those questions was, what does that have to do with anything? It has a lot to fucking do with it, everything. You smooth talking, slick-headed son of a bitch, it got everything to do with everything. Because even if you were making this money on your own mammy motherfucking dime with real estate money, so you fucking say, and I can't wait to see Larry Reed and Genesis asked these questions, because at the same time, my understanding, the FBI and the police is looking deeper into it, because they are trying to figure out what type of pastor, what kind of money you pushing. And first of all, he already black. He in New York. You own all this property, but yet you got this little bitty ass T building for a tabernacle with these folk in here. And my whole thing is, I'll circle around this motherfucking block again and say this. Look at my Tweety bird. I'll circle back around this motherfucking block again and say this. Let's go off the Bible. Say this here. Whatever the fucking theory is, if you build it, they will come. The bottom line is, even if he wanted bigger membership, why has he not built a bigger tabernacle to welcome more? Because nobody believes in the bullshit messages that you bringing. Probably half the people in your church, probably 95% of the people in your church are your family. And we didn't get to see I didn't get to see all the background. So it probably was every bit about 5 or 6 motherfuckers who was sitting up in there listening to your silly ass claim that the Lord called you to give the word. I'm so sick of people. The Lord called me to preach. The Lord called me to preach. Sit your stupid ass down. Because first of all, if the Lord called you to preach, why you gotta go tell everybody the Lord called you to preach? Be who you're supposed to be. Let your light shine. And that what you say you are, the people will always see. My grandfather was a pastor. He didn't go around telling nobody none of that shit. Ever. When he walked in a room, people that didn't already know him through his past life, living and shit like that, they knew him when he walked in. They knew he was some kind of minister or something. He was a Christian man, okay? So you don't have to run around with a collar on and say, oh, I'm delivering the word. I'm the man of God. But you did not present your ugly ass self as the man of God the way you went in on Genesis and Larry Reed, you succotash sucking motherfucker. You came on being on the motherfucking defense. You could have came on, said a word of prayer real quick, and so, you know, although you guys said what you said, it kind of offended me a little bit. Maybe you didn't mean it that way, and I'm sorry if I took it the wrong way, but y'all kind of offended me before I came on. I kind of felt like you guys are making a mockery of me and my family. You know, I work very, very hard for what I have. And in that moment, it was very scary for me and my family and my church members. And that, no doubt it was scary for those people. Let me say that, okay? But it would have been so much more smoother had he come in and led with that. And then had gone to saying, you know, giving Larry and Genesis a chance to rebuttal and apologize and say, okay, we're sorry. Even though they still did that and said we are sorry, we were not making fun of the situation. We were trying to bring some laughter and light to other things because it was scary for us too watching. It was scary for me watching. When I first got the shit and saw it, I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, you know, please don't let them shoot anybody over this jewelry or kill anybody or let anybody get hurt. Let them take what they want and leave these people the fuck alone. That was my thought when I saw this video. But when I saw him and his motherfucking reaction, when they asked him questions, matter of fact, when he first came in off the rip, this motherfucker was killing the game with them. He was insulting Genesis, calling her fat, nobody, trying to get views and selling whatever the fuck she's selling, and fuck Larry for trying to help her sell whatever she's selling, and you know, all this other bullshit about how him and Larry met in Times Square and complimented each other on their trucks or whatever the fuck that was. They was driving. I had to fix the fucking camera, y'all, so I'm a little tipsy, and I moved the motherfucker. But the bottom line is, he's a punk pussy ass pastor. And like I said, fuck with me. I'm not Larry. I'm not Genesis. And I call your motherfucking voice. Fuck with me if you want to. Because I still stand. I said what I said while I'm motherfucking saying it. You a fucking crooked ass fucking crook. Because at the end of the day, you should have got your funky finger production ass on there with some motherfucking humility. And as a real motherfucking bishop, came in with a low tone like T.D. Jakes. Well, I want to just say that I praise God for being here, being alive today. And I want to thank God for getting my family and I through this difficult time and my members through this difficult time. I want to thank him for covering us. I want to thank him for covering you, Larry Reed, Genesis Warren. First, giving honor to God and Bishop Reed. Sister Warren, I want to just say that I do feel a little offended by some of the words and the laughter that you guys shared before I came onto the channel and joined you all. Bitch, give us a little TD. You don't come on here, over here in no high octave. That's for me. When you do stupid shit like that, you didn't humble your ignorant ass self at all. So let me help you humble your stupid ass self. For ignorant ass motherfuckers like this motherfucker here, and for some of you other bishops in the church, that is why we decide not to pay tithes. Because y'all got enough already. Y'all talking about paying tithes to God. You a motherfucking lie. God ain't get none of that money. I ain't never seen God pushing no motherfucking Rolls Royce through Houston or Brooklyn or any other state. I've never seen him eating caviar, riding on yachts during the summertime months, over in Belize vacationing with the rich and the famous and the gorgeous. I've never seen anything in the Bible about God doing any of that shit. So why in the fuck do y'all feel like y'all have the right to live like motherfucking kings? You are out of your rabbit ass, shebang boogie ass motherfucking mind. And like I said, I got on here to read your sweet potato head ass. I don't give a fuck what the cost. You's an ignorant motherfucker. Genesis, Larry, holla. Yes. I don't give a fuck. I tag y'all in this shit. And for old boy, like I said, shout out that got on there and read his old succotash, sucking Baptist bass fish mouth ass. You should have read that faggoty motherfucker, because like Larry did finally tell that bitch, how many nuts did you suck on and take in your motherfucking face, you pussy ass punk pastor bitch? while you was locked up for that 20-year span, fucking around with some faggoty fraud ass shit in the first place. Where that first wife at? Somebody holler and hungry her to speak the fuck out and tell us what the fuck went on the first time they had this old pumpernickel monkeypox Baptist bullshit bishop looking ass locked up the first motherfucking time. It was probably some bullshit about he was lying, feeding her the same melonious ass, boogaloid ass, fraud ass, backwoods Baptist bishop bullshit he was feeding her, and she probably believed the same shit. She probably was sitting around somewhere on motherfucking probation, fucking around with him. I want to find this first wife. Anybody know where that first wife at? Holler. Drop down in the comments. Tell that first wife, holler at me. I want to know what the fuck went on in that first marriage. Because you want to tell a lot of this shit like the rest of you bishops. You want to tell a lot of your motherfucking life, but y'all get on there trying to tell everybody else how to live theirs. You slewfoot, Sam, succotash, and slick-back, slick-headed son of a bitch. Y'all get on my mammy motherfucking nerve, bitch. I won't set foot in there one of y'all's tabernacles till I'm paying no motherfucking tithes, bitch. I go over there and be Jehovah's Witness first. At least they don't ask you for a goddamn thing. They tell you put in what you can afford. You son of a bitches now just starting to tell us that same shit now. I've been on that same trip. You got me fucked up. I'm not finna go over here and deal with nobody else's shit on my 9 to 5, 6, 7, 5, 4 days a week. Overtime and all this bullshit. I'm coming home trying to figure out how the fuck I'm gonna contact Centerpoint and pay my goddamn bill. And you over there living in a life of fucking lavish luxury. Bitch, please. You're over there living a life of Raleigh. I'm over here living a life of fucking Louisville fucking slums. Bitch, you got me fucked up. I'm not finna go to no 9 to 5 and work and pay my money and give you no net, give you no gross, give you a mammy motherfucking sweet back baby rib fucking thing of mine. I'm not giving you shit. Hold on. I don't give a fuck what you're preaching. I don't give a fuck where you're at, what congregation you putting together. Fuck you. And yes, that's me saying that. And I know it's somewhere along the way, any of you church folk, or you Baptists, Pentecostals, Kojic, I don't give a fuck who you are. At the end of the day, guess what? I am me. And I can stand in my motherfucking truth. You come by here with some fuckery, I'm going to tell you what it is. I grew up in the church. You feel me? Yeah, you do. If you don't, you're about to. I grew up in the church. I went by every fucking thing they said to do. I showed up for prayer breakfast, women day, usher meeting, shit I had nothing to do with, just to raise motherfucking money, just to be a part, to stay in the divine guidance of God in the church, just to get what needed to be done. But the minute I turn around, all this money I put in this money, and not to mention me being who I was, even at the age of 17 with a small degree, making good motherfucking money at the time. Anytime the collection plate come by, I'm dropping a $100 bill up in this motherfucker. I'm putting it in here because you said that's what God said to do. I'm writing out my tithes and putting in my motherfucking check on top of putting in my $100 donation every Sunday. You feel me? Yeah, you do. And then when y'all come to my donation and all that shit, I put mine in. But that same church, all that money I helped put in that motherfucking church, and yes, I said it when I went back down and told them, hey, look at here. I fell on hard time. I need $98 for my light bill. Told me, you better get the fuck on around here. But yet every Sunday, anybody else can walk in off the motherfucking street, come up in here and plead they ain't got nothing. They about to be put out this and that and the third. And by the time we said and done, you taking them to the back, you know, wrapping them in shit and swaddling cloth and all this shit, taking them to the back, writing them out a check. They join church and don't show up no motherfucking more. But guess who shows up? Me. Bible study. Vacation Bible school. That was me. So yes. Or you got church. Fuck you. Ain't no church. It's church truth. Stand in it. Because if you can't see by now what the fuck's going on, when they say the church liveth in you, I understand that a whole lot better now. I ain't got to get up out my bed on my good Sunday morning, the Sabbath day, to go down here to no church and pay somebody else to tell me how I'm going to hell if I don't give them enough money, or how I'm sleeping with the wrong sex, or how I'm, going down here gambling down to the casino every now and again, or how I sit and decide to cuss a motherfucker the fuck out every once in a while, or how they feel like I don't have enough faith because I'm questioning some situation, and you think I got to get out of my goddamn bed to pay these motherfucking gas prices to go listen to clowns like this? Bitch, please. Look at my pay. Don't think so. I can sit up in here and listen to Karen Clark Shield, get my feel, get the Holy Ghost, the Spirit, my Clark Sisters, my Yolanda Adams, my Walls group. I got a whole playlist. I don't have to come down and listen to y'all condemn me about what the fuck I got on or how the fuck I'm feeling this Sunday and all this other shit, whether or not I decide to shout or cut a step. Fuck that. I'm not dealing with people like this no more. And if any of the rest of y'all got some good sense, y'all will tell this Frankfurter motherfucker to step the fuck off. Have church at your own house. It's a lot cheaper. You pay rent there anyway. What's the sense of paying rent in two places? And when one is in jeopardy, the other can't help the other. You got me fucked up. I'm not gonna do it. So yes, I'm going in on this motherfucker. And at the end of the day, fuck y'all, I'm fixing my tweet lid. I heard you. I'm fixing my fucking tweet lid. I got it. Fuck that. At the end of the day, bottom line is the story still stands. Motherfuckers like this, him in particular, is why I'm going in. If nobody else tonight, is why I'm going to fuck in about this religion, these church, these ties, these dues, because like I said, in all actuality, like I told y'all, with y'all money, get somewhere and find you an investment for your motherfucking self and your family. Get you some financial planning. Stop paying tithes to that church. Because they're telling you it's a storehouse. A storehouse for who? Because when you are a member of that church and you decide you fell on hard times and you don't give all this money to the church, and now because of COVID or because of just because you lost your job, you make good money. I gather that I know if you're, I feel like anybody that's watching this right now, if you're not watching, I feel like you're more than qualified to gather your own finances. You're more than educated enough. You just got to dig deeper into yourself and stop digging so deep into others. And when I say dig deep into yourself, I'm not talking about dig deep into yourself to get a scoop and pour out to give to people like this man, y'all. Keep something for yourself. Get your one scoop. And don't even, not to people like this, people you know that need it. My tenth that you say, if you want to say I got to stay in the wheel and all this stuff, the tenth that I give, I would rather give it to somebody I know is having a hard time. My neighbor that I know that, you know, works and pays their bills on time and is they do what they're supposed to do as best they can. And that person may have gotten sick or lost their job or in between jobs, and it's like, I noticed that neighbor is sitting in the dark, or they even convey that to me in conversation. I would rather take $200 of my money that I have that I can probably say I can probably go buy shoes with or some shit. I would rather take that $200 of my money and give it to them to pay that light bill to get some air on in that motherfucker, to be able to at least cook some grocery and help them, if they don't know how, help them go through an application of food stamps or something for the meanwhile, just to be able to eat in the time being between those jobs, because it's hard. It is too hard out here to be giving money to somebody that already has enough. And it's not pouring into y'all. Y'all need to take a better look into yourself and the people y'all are serving, because you're not serving God in this capacity. You are not serving your creator, whomever you believe in, whatever, you know, divination you believe in. When you're going to people like this, giving up your hard-earned money and putting yourself in a situation of saying, I know you're going to make a way. Who's going to make a way? He's already made a way for you. You've made the way for yourself. When you got up and went to that job 2 weeks strong and you still doing it, and you barely already probably making enough money to make ends meet and feed your fucking self. Have y'all seen the price of grocery? Gas? Rent done gone up higher than a giraffe's pussy? Hell, I take that back. Rent and the cost of living is high as eagle pussy these days. And you mean to tell me you're going to sit up and take your hard-earned money when you are already struggling and give it to somebody like this in good faith that God is going to turn that back to you sevenfold within 14 days or before your rent is due or your car note is due? You can't keep... Let me tell you something. Faith without work is dead. You have the faith. You put in the work on your 9 to 5 for 2 weeks. Faith without work is dead. You don't have to worry about that because your faith shouldn't be dead because you have faith that you're going to get that check at the end of every 2 weeks. And your works is to take that money that you've earned and take care of yourself and give yourself a fantastic, as best living as you can possibly. Max that motherfucker out and put you some money to the side where you're going to always have something for yourself, because that's what they're doing. When I heard my last pastor preach about how many Mercedes he's got with a paid for a house and how he can walk out his house and get confused with the key points and all this shit with the black and white Mercedes, you got me fucked up, Pastor. Why am I bringing my money to your motherfucking storehouse and ain't nobody benefiting off it but you? And then when you need something from this tabernacle that you paid into all year long, some of us making below $100,000 a year, but we're taking a tenth of that $100,000 and giving it to the church, or 20%, whatever. I think it's 10. Yeah, because I done forgotten that, because I done erased that way of thinking. I don't give a fuck anymore. I need to put that where I lay my head. I need to put that in my medical expenses. I need to put that in making myself feeling better by going to at least a therapist, or giving myself some kind of outlet that makes me feel better. Don't get me wrong, going to church used to make me feel better, listening to that message when it was one of the pastors that give that good message to make you feel good instead of damning you to condemnation. But when it's all said and done, the motherfucking collection plate get passed more times than the light bill, the water bill, the rent bill, the car note bill, the insurance bill, the life insurance bill, and all that shit. Let's not forget the gasoline and the grocery bill. I make a pretty good living. I can guarantee you that. On my 9 to 5, I promise you that, as a matter of fact. But bitch, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you somebody give me a food stamp card and tell me to go to the store and go buck wild like Bonita Bumper Curls. I'm not gonna take that motherfucker and run free into a field of H-E-B or Kroger or Walmart or somewhere and buy all the shit my heart desires. But within a budget, because I know these food stamps ain't mine and they ain't promised next month, so I gotta make good on these motherfuckers. Y'all have to start thinking for yourself. If it's God you believe in and God you die, go to your creator, your God for yourself. Stop going through third parties. If you're seeing your billing, your credit, third parties will fuck you up every time, because the message, there's a little game I played in nursing school, and we all stood around the wall, right? It was like about 30 of us. We all stood around this wall, around the room, in the classroom. And the instructor started with instructions of, okay, I'm going to send a message to the first person here on this side of the room. And I want that person to pass the message to the next person, and then the next person, and then the next person, and then the next person. Would you believe with that activity, I kid you not, before it got to the 31st, and I'm saying 31st because it was the teacher, the instructor that started it. By the time it got to the end of the line, it wasn't a motherfucking thing she said at the beginning of the line. And to prove it, she had written it down and showed it to us all. So when I say that to say, when it's something that you want to manifest, when it's something that you need, when it's something that you desire, when it's something that you want, you cannot keep going through another messenger. If you have connection to the creator yourself, you have that own, and I guarantee you have it. I promise you. Get next to your creator. You heard the message over there. You ain't got time for that. Take that message and at least have the strength to walk your ass across the room and make sure that message gets to the other side, to the intended target. So with that being said, again, I got up on my soapbox again. I'm sorry, because I did cuss this motherfucking man the fuck out. And I had every intention to. I'm going to keep following this story to see where the FBI, the police, whoever has this story to go. And see what the fuck's going on, because like I tell y'all, I'm going to keep bringing y'all this news because y'all need to see it, all right? So with that being said, again, I want to give a shout out to Larry Reed for doing that interview and having the patience that you had, my brother, in the beginning of that video, because I would have not made it that far with that motherfucker. Fuck a gentleman, fuck a bishop. I would have not made it that far with that motherfucker as you did. So shout out to you for keeping your cool, at least in the beginning of the video. But I'm so glad you decided to come out of your shell and be the Larry Reed I know, and nearly cuss his motherfucking ass out. Shout out to Genesis Warren for sitting there taking that shit, because, again, I don't know how you can do it, my sister. I love my creator too. But at the end of the day, somebody like this didn't come from my creator. And if you're going to step to me like that, that means your ass need to get stepped to right the fuck on back real quick. Johnny on the motherfucking spot. Period. Shout out to the gentleman who came on after the fact to defend Miss Genesis Warren. Shout out to you, my brother. I heard you went on, you say you was going to go after that and burn his motherfucking ass up. I'm going to go back on Larry's video and find out your name and see if I can find your page and go watch your video. But yes, big ups to all of you guys. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here because I done ran it for like 39 motherfucking minutes. I got to get out of here and do some other shit. I had some other videos to record, but this shit took precedent over any fucking thing I had going on. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. Hit that notification bell to make sure that you get these videos and you see them Johnny on the spot when they come out. Share with somebody you like. Share with a motherfucker you don't like. Share with somebody you know. Share with a motherfucker you don't know. Because like I said before in plenty of my videos, if you don't like me, I guarantee you somebody else will. Right? And I always want to say this too, love yourself. Self-love is a big thing. Make sure to do that. Love yourself and love those who decide to love you in the way you deserve to be loved back. Because anybody got time for that bullshit, right? You feel me? You smell what I'm stepping in, don't you? All right. Okay, so y'all have a good night. I'll get back with y'all in a little bit with Atlanta Housewives because Marlo done pissed me the fuck off. So I'm going to holler at y'all in a little bit, all right? Y'all take care. All right. Night-night.